Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot, because of the reason I'm watching these as dubbed. I had no idea who this Slingshot is because it got its own web series, miniseries. I thought it's a new character introduced for season 4, but no, it's just Super Speed Woman. Why this miniseries exist, I have no idea. Why it is segmented the way it is, I have no idea. I guess this is a cancelled episode, maybe? It's really have no reason to exist, and it's directed kinda the exact same way the core series is. I mean, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. It drags a bit here and there, even though the pure runtime is maybe 10 minutes, I guess. I'm not counting it out, but the credits are really long, and the, you know, title screen is. Anyway, so it's a character doing on her mission, a vigilante mission, but it turns out she doesn't want to do it, but it happens anyway because makes it easy. And the real plot point here is that Coulson is demoted to be just a unit leader, and there is a new boss of the division now. Somehow, even though, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was supposed to work as an independent entity, but now the government just sent down a other CEO, or I don't know, because there was the other S.H.I.E.L.D. division, how that worked. It's just, I have no idea. I guess for this character it was cheap to show you do the effects because it's just super speed, but in the end it didn't end up as a full episode because it was just a one character thing. I don't know, but I have a thing to bring up when it comes to super speed. I checked the Earth's atmosphere, yada yada. The speed of sound is 300 and something meter per second. I don't care for the USA units. In comparison, you will understand how much this is because in the course areas it was mentioned that she is running with 6 meter per 1/33 of a second. That means she is running per second 6 times 33, which lands up, way more than the 300 meter per second. And that's a problem because that means when she is moving with super speed, she is breaking the sound barrier. So even if I hush away all the wind simple movement causes, because if I run in the office, I might even blow down some of the papers put on the desk. That would really cause some issues. But even if I just hush away that because this is a comic book movie and, everything fantasy and so on, the sound barrier is still so it should be accounted for. I think Flash really. I think the Flash does that when it is breaking the sound barrier. And when it comes to that, it's a regular problem for Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and whatever all the other MCU products. A similar problem, for example, is in civil war when they are fighting, the big fight, the two team clashes on an airfield. But it's an airport, a regular civil airport. And no one is there. That's the emptiest airport you ever see. And they are doing big damage, so that would be a real airport, that would be a problem. But no, conveniently, somehow there is no traffic that time. And that is the problem a lot of times with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or, with other things that even, you know, even in just a lousy office, the corridors have cameras. If it is a prison, that definitely has cameras. Oh, at least on the corridors, privacy of inmates and whatever. I don't think that would seriously apply for something like S.H.I.E.L.D. But even if it would, inside those are little cells, big cells, whatever. But even for the prison corridor, there would be a camera out there recording everyone who's entering and exiting. So half of the plot points happening in the series could not happen because they would know who did it. There wouldn't be the who was it. You would know. The cameras are there. Even with magic internet access and all that kind of bullshit. Cameras. Serious. You even shown us you have cameras there. Even in the same episode sometimes. It's just ridiculous. I'm glad I don't have to bother more with this because it makes you tired. It siphons your energy. It's really an energy vampire. No.